Welcome back again to the Create, Build, and Manage show. My name is Rosaline Ogbechie once again, and I am filling in for Scott Miller. Our next guest runs a company that energizes overwhelmed business owners by removing the burden of compliance tasks and working with them to identify issues, preventing them from attaining higher profitability and growth. Candy Messer is the president of Affordable Bookkeeping and Payroll Services. She joins us via Zoom. You are welcome, Candy.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
I love your eyes. They're so cute.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on our show. Thank you so much. Right.
Glad to be here.
I'm going to dive straight into it. You have a strong philosophy. You are here in order to kind of ensure your clients are well served. Can you talk us through this?
Sure. Well, my philosophy is to educate the clients that I have, or even those who aren't my clients, by sharing videos, blogs, podcasts. My goal is really to help entrepreneurs be successful. Mm-hmm. There are so many starting businesses, especially after COVID started, when people were home and they had time.
Yep.
And a lot of them have no idea really what they need to do to be in compliance, and understanding the difference between a fictitious business name and having a business license and collecting sales tax and all of these different things that are important when running a business, but they just don't know what they need to do. So my goal is educate them, give them the tips and the tricks that they need so they can be in compliance and be profitable.
That is actually a very kind of underrated part of businesses. People think about how to sell and make money. They forget to think there is the aspect of managing the business, and this is exactly what you do. Very, very relevant, and I'm sure our viewers will appreciate this. Tell me about your podcast that is called Biz Help, because this is where you really help people and it's beneficial for a lot of businesses.
Yes, it's Biz Help for you. And I do post it to YouTube as well as multiple podcast platforms. And again, my goal is to really help the entrepreneur by interviewing experts in their areas. And it's not just in my field of finance, the bookkeeping and payroll. It's in digital marketing, leadership, human resources, all the different things that you need to know when you're running a business, and having the resources available to them. I'll put, in the show notes, how to reach the guest, how to get the resources they have. And again, really help them get what they need at no cost.
Wow.
And if there's other resources, of course, that the expert has, they can also take part of that. But really, I want to educate and really help those business owners.
It's about educating and helping. That is crucial in today's world, helping people. And I imagine that you would have to do a lot of research yourself to make sure that you are abreast with all the information and you are able to help people. So tell us about that. How do you stay abreast and how do you keep up to date?
Sure. Well, I'm on lots of newsletters for industry-specific things, including the IRS, some of the state agencies, a lot of the different industries that put out comments and blogs and articles and things about what's happening, so that I can keep up to date with everything as well. And then I can share that. One of the things that has been really important over the last year and a half for clients too is the employee retention tax credit. Okay. And I'm trying to keep them up to date on what that is too, because the guidelines have changed from 2020 to 2021, and who can qualify, how much you need to have in a reduction of income to qualify, like all of that has changed. And so really keeping everyone up to date on all of that and making sure I'm following all the guidelines as they're released, educating myself, and then educating the client.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. And in terms of your clients, what is their response to all of this? How do you think you're doing? Do you have any kind of success stories you can share with us on how your clients have benefited?
I do have people who say, thank you so much for helping me. I have a client who actually told me once, every time I call you and you give me the answers that I need, I breathe a sigh of relief because I know you're handling everything for me.
That's nice.
I actually had another situation where actually last Friday, I just got the notice from my client from the IRS. I had been trying to have the IRS remove some tax that they said was due and penalties and interest. And I kept submitting information, following up, and he finally got the notice that said, thank you for all the information. We have removed everything that you said that you owed. And so once again, it's a sigh of relief because it's overwhelming dealing with the IRS.
I know.
And so, helping clients with things like that is important.
Wow. So you really take that burden off the client so they can focus on the things that they need to be able to generate sales and keep their business going. That is so good. So you're talking about podcasts, programs, free tutorials. You add a lot of value to clients. What is next for you? What is next for you? What gets you going, actually? What gets you up in the morning to get up and get this done?
Well, my next goal is to start a program that's going to help the new entrepreneur who's about to launch, or maybe they have launched their business in the last 12 months, because again, a lot of them don't know what they don't know.
Yes.
And so I've had some people who had asked me for some help and said, if I didn't know about you and the resources you have, I don't know what I would have done.
Wow.
And so trying to get the resources out there to those who are struggling, to make it work so that they can be successful, because the statistics show many people who start businesses don't survive. And the most recent statistic I saw are those that have started in COVID. Over half of them will fail within 18 months.
Wow.
And I want to avoid that.
Wow. Our viewers would want to know, how can people get a hold of you? Because I think every business needs this information. It's every business for real. So how can they get a hold of you? Where do we go to? What's your website?
Sure. My website is abandp.com. And you can also find, again, my helpful tutorials and videos on my YouTube channel, which is you can find under my name, Candy Messer, or you can search the hashtag BizHelpForYou, which will bring up that playlist. And then, of course, I'm on social media as well. LinkedIn is a great place to reach me as well.
You're everywhere. Amazing. 1 minute to go. I find you so interesting. What does Candy do for fun? As she's out there saving the world, what do you do for fun? I'd like to know.
Well, I have 2 grandchildren now who are 1 and 3, so I enjoy spending time with them. I've always loved doing logic puzzles and reading and things like that too. So if I have some free time, I do that. And I've recently moved to a place where I have some land, and so I'm learning about gardening.
Ooh, nice.
So, I hadn't been able to do that much before. So that's what I've been doing for fun.
There you go. Today is National Weed Your Garden Day. So right in line, you've got some work to do when you get back on those gardens.
There you go.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and we appreciate everything that you're doing. Thank you so much for being on our show. That's Candy. Go to her website, abnp.com. There's lots of resources and information. Stick around for the Create, Build, and Manage Daily Show.